You think you know Los Angeles, right? The Hollywood sign, the glamour, the traffic. But beneath all of that lies a completely different city. A hidden network of dark tunnels shrouded in mystery. What if I told you that the city's biggest secrets aren't on the surface, but buried just a few feet below? If you go online, the stories are just wild. People claim these tunnels were a secret highway for the mob, a place to move cash, contraband, even bodies. I mean, it sounds like something straight out of a movie. But the craziest part is, what if there's some truth to it all? And of course, Hollywood absolutely ran with that idea. For decades, these tunnels have been the gritty backdrop for some of the biggest movies ever made. Think about it. Blade Runner, The Terminator, Transformers, this is where Hollywood's heroes and villains have their epic showdowns. So yeah, that's the version we all know, the one from the big screen. But it really makes you wonder, if you strip away all the movie magic, all the explosions, what's actually left? What was the real reason this underground world was built? Well, let me tell you, the truth is way stranger than anything Hollywood could dream up.
You see, the real story of these tunnels has nothing to do with mobsters or movie stars. It's actually a story about the birth of a modern city and the pretty terrifying price of progress.
So the Hollywood version is all about crime, right? Secret escapes, high-speed chases, bank heists. But the reality? It was about something much more, well, ordinary, but also absolutely critical. Just trying to stay alive. Forget secret getaways. These tunnels were for safe passage. Forget bank heists. They were built to stop a totally different kind of killer. Okay, picture this. It's the early 1900s, and the automobile is taking over Los Angeles. The streets became, and I'm not exaggerating, slaughterhouses. The city was facing a full-blown epidemic of traffic violence, and their answer wasn't just more laws. It was a whole network of pedestrian subways, simple tunnels designed to get people, especially kids, safely from one side of the street to the other. And it wasn't just for people on foot. The legendary Hollywood subway was the beating heart of a public transit system that moved thousands of people every single day. It was this amazing vision for an efficient underground city. But that practical purpose, it was about to be completely overshadowed by a much, much darker one. Because what happens when the biggest threat isn't a car anymore, but a nuclear bomb? And this is where the story takes a really dark turn. The whole reason for these tunnels was about to change completely, as a global conflict brought a new kind of fear to the people of Los Angeles. A fear that came from above. What happened next changed everything. These tunnels, which were once just a symbol of everyday safety, were about to become the city's last line of defense against total annihilation. LA was bracing for the unthinkable. During the Cold War, the entire city of Los Angeles was just holding its breath. All across the landscape, you had these silent air raid sirens, just like this one. A constant, chilling reminder of the nuclear threat. An attack could come at any time. So if it did, where would you go? The city's civil defense plan looked underground. They repurposed all those forgotten pedestrian tunnels and officially designated them as public fallout shelters. All of a sudden, these simple little passageways were supposed to shield thousands of people from radioactive fallout. The underground wasn't about convenience anymore. It was about pure survival. So the city was fortifying itself against this massive threat from the sky. But what if the real danger was never in the sky at all? What if the biggest threat was an invisible force already simmering right beneath their feet? This uncovers the next layer of secrets. Because building underground in Los Angeles isn't just a matter of digging a hole. It's a constant, high-stakes battle against the Earth itself. So back in 1985, a clothing store, a Ross Dress for Less, just suddenly exploded. 23 people were injured. And the cause wasn't a bomb. It was a pocket of methane gas that had seeped up from the ground. And that incident became this terrifying wake-up call that the ground under LA is not as stable as you think. The truth is, the whole Los Angeles basin is basically a geological minefield. It's laced with pockets of flammable methane and other toxic gases. So digging a tunnel there isn't just construction, it's like trying to perform surgery right next to a sleeping dragon. So how on earth do engineers build anything safely down there? Well, the solution is pretty incredible, a real marvel of modern engineering. Today's tunnels are built with this advanced three-layer shield. First, you have the main structural concrete. But then comes the most critical part, a massive, continuously welded plastic membrane. The best way to think of it is like a giant, perfectly sealed bag that protects the entire tunnel from any gas or water getting in. Then, a final layer of concrete goes on top for total security.
All of this history, from keeping people safe from cars to Cold War shelters to battling invisible gas, it's all paved the way for what's happening right now. Because the story of LA's tunnels, oh, it's not over. In fact, it's really just beginning.
A whole new era of tunneling has already started, this time driven by private ambition. You've got companies like Elon Musk's Boring Company proposing their own networks of high-speed tunnels, promising to completely change how people move through the city. And it's not just them. Alongside these massive public projects by LA Metro, these private ventures mark the next big evolution in the city's relationship with its subterranean world. That old dream of a city beneath the city is once again very much alive. Which kind of brings us to our final thought. For over a century, the tunnels under Los Angeles have reflected the city's biggest fears and its wildest ambitions. So, as this new generation starts digging deeper than ever before, you just have to ask yourself, what old secrets are they going to unearth? And what new ones are they about to bury?